guys, so this is kind of just like a little tutorial on how to dye your weave pink bead. So let's get started. So the first things you're gonna need is dye, and I had already dyed the first bundle. I did have that on camera, but it got cut out. Sadly, a lot of my footage got cut out actually. But the first bottle of dye I'm taking is the Adore Color hair dye in the color lavender, and I mixed it with a bit of conditioner. And my idea was I wanted each bundle to kind of be lighter as it progressed upwards. So on the second bundle I did do it a bit lighter than the first bundle. So as you can see, I'm just putting the dye on the hair. You want to make sure that you coat all the hair or it's going to look streaky, and you do not want that. Also, sorry if you can hear like everything in my mouth right now. I'm recording on my iPhone. So the next thing that I'm doing is I'm taking soft lavender, and I'm just kind of like distributing that kind of for a gradient effect. And also in the black bowl, which I'll show later, it did have water in it, and what I did was I put I would say about half, not half, a good amount of the dye, and then I put a good amount of the water. So the dye I used was soft lavender, and then also in the water with the soft lavender is a color called rose gold from Kiss Colors, I believe, and you can find it in any hair store. It's fairly new from what I've heard, and it's pretty good. It's a pretty good color, and I really like it. So as you can see, I'm just brushing the hair out. I don't want it to get tangled or anything. And this blonde hair, it did dye pretty good. I conditioned it after I was done with everything, and the dye stayed put. It was really nice, and I like how it came out overall. I did re-dye some parts after making the wig, and that was just because I wanted it to be more pink than purple. But as you can see, I'm just putting on the rose gold and the soft lavender just to give it that pink effect. So now I'm kind of just making sure that no parts were missed, and I'm just going over with the dyes again and just combing it out, making sure it's mixed in, and then I just kind of repeat that process just to make sure that I'm not gonna get any streakiness in the color. So yeah. third and last bundle I was dyeing, and for this one I mixed more conditioner into the lavender color, so it was a bit lighter than all the rest of the bundles. And then in the black bowl I mixed soft lavender with conditioner as well, so it was lighter. And just again, I'm making sure that I'm coating all of the bundles, or not all of the buttons, but all of the just all of the wefts, making sure that they're all colored and they're not gonna look patchy or anything like that. I feel like that's very important when you're dyeing hair. You don't want it to look I mean, if that's the look you're going for, then that's okay, but you don't want it to look patchy. And in the bowl I just mixed a bit of soft lavender with lavender. Indigo. So after using the soft lavender that was mixed in with the conditioner, I decided to just put on a whole bunch of rose gold mainly, and a bit of soft lavender just out of the bottle to get more of a vibrancy. And I wanted the last bundle to be a bit more pink, because that's the bundle that's going to be covering the tracks. And I also just wanted it to be a bit more vibrant, because I liked how the purple was at the bottom and it was more of like a two-tone thing. Guys, I feel like I'm saying so and like in this video so much. That's literally just how I talk. I'm kind of like stupid. But yeah, okay, so now I'm about to dye the frontal, and with this part you want to be cautious, but you don't want to be overly cautious. Like, I was overly cautious because I didn't want my knots to turn pink. But then I ended up having to re-dye this frontal like a million times because I didn't go on the roots all the way. Like, I would always go like a centimeter, maybe even like maybe not even that much away from the roots, like the actual roots, and it ended up giving my hair kind of like a white, like not a white, but it ended up leaving some of the hair, some of the roots pretty blonde, and I didn't really like that because it looked very two-toned. So I did have to go back when I was dyeing the frontal, and I just went in with some of the soft lavender when I was dyeing the frontal. At first, when I was dyeing it, I just went in with soft lavender with conditioner and a bit of lavender, and then when I re-dyed it, I just went in with soft lavender altogether with no conditioner. Also, when just dyeing the frontal in general, and even when it gets wet with water or anything, I've noticed that whenever you bleach hair, it does get stringy, but I noticed that it was very stringy and it just seemed a bit over processed, and that was probably the only thing I haven't really liked about the frontal. It is a bit thin. I would have liked it to be thicker, but I think that's the only like con I've had to this hair so far. And now you just see me putting on rose gold to just dye the rest of the frontal, and I also used some of the soft lavender. I kind of stayed away from putting the lavender color on just because I didn't want it to be too dark of a purple. And just for reference, I ended up using about one whole bottle of the lavender color, and I only bought one. So yeah, I only used about one. I still have a little bit left, and then I used one whole bottle of the soft lavender, and I had bought two of those, and then I still have some of the rose gold left, which I only bought one bottle of. So altogether I had about 4 bottles of hair dye. So now we're gonna get to the customization of the frontal, and with this frontal I didn't really have to pluck it as much, so I was kind of surprised. But just the things that I used foaming lotion. I also used a comb, a rat tail comb. I used a eyebrow razor, and yeah, I think that, oh, I also used a toothbrush. Not a toothbrush, but it's kind of like the brushes you get from the hair store now. And you can just see me just making my baby hairs. It's pretty not, it's, bleh, I can't talk, oh my gosh. It's not that hard, especially when you don't have to pluck the frontal that much. So I hope you guys enjoyed the whole dyeing process, the customization process. If you guys want me to do more videos like that, let me know. Now I'm about to talk about just like the specs of the hair and how it's holding up. I've been wearing it for about 4 to 5 days now. I wore it consecutively for 3 days, and then I took it out, let my hair breathe, and then I placed it back in today. So I'd say around like 4 to 5 days. But anyways, the hair specs. So I got an 18-inch, a 16-inch, and a 14-inch bundle with a 12-inch frontal, and the hair came to about $138 without tax, and then it was $144 with tax. So I say that's a pretty good price for blonde hair. Personally, I don't really like to spend a lot of money on AliExpress hair. Like, if it's in the 200s, like, I might as well go to like a different, like a company based here. The 18-inch, it goes down to about the end of my back, and then the 16-inch, it goes down to about like my waist, kind of, or right above my waist. I'm 4'11", so I'm really short, so I don't need bundles that are like 24 inches long. That's like too long for me. I don't want to be sitting on my hair. But yeah, so just for a reference, because I know like when I was picking out hair bundles at first, I didn't know what lengths to buy. I didn't want to buy too short, I didn't want to buy too long. So yeah, 4'11", and the longest bundle I'll probably ever get is a 22-inch. But my normal standard lengths is like a 20-inch at the longest. Excuse me. Anyways, so now that we got the hair specs out of the way, the The frontal, it comes with transparent lace, so I think that's pretty good. Like you can tint the lace if you want. If you're like, you know, in the medium to deeper skin complexion tone area, you're gonna need to tint your lace. I should have tinted my lace, but I was kind of too lazy to after dyeing it. So I just took makeup and I just like touched up the little parts where it was still like white. This lace is pretty thin, like it's so thin it literally melts into your scalp. Now don't mind the rest of the parts because I'm bad at installing my wigs, guys. I'm just learning this, but yeah, this part looks really good. I like how it literally like melts into your skin. The bundles were constructed really good as well. During the dyeing process, I didn't get any like, well, obviously I got some shedding, but I didn't get like, it wasn't coming out in like heaps of shedding. I was surprised because I mean, this is the first time of me purchasing blonde hair, let alone blonde hair on AliExpress from a company that I've never ordered from before. So I was pretty surprised. It's not like shedding. You can see I have no hair. I have no hair on me right now, like none. For like, it doesn't shed. It does not shed, you guys. And I'm gonna straighten it and run my fingers through it all day and see if it sheds a lot. But it doesn't mat in the back. Like it's so easy to comb through. Like I can comb through these curls just to comb them out, and it's so easy. I will say when I'm styling it, I probably get about 5 to 10 strands, and I feel like that's just because it's blonde hair. It's been processed. You know, you have to expect shedding. The ends are not dry, surprisingly. Like they're not overly dry. The hair is gonna be dry because it's been processed, like I said, and you really have to make sure you take care of your blonde hair. But yeah, the ends were not overly processed. The company's communication was really good. I was really happy. My package actually did end up coming a day early, so it only took 2 days for shipping. But the day it came early, I wasn't there, so it just came the next day. Like I said, I'm not a hair expert. I'm not a hair expert. This is my first time dyeing weave. Okay, like I've dyed my own hair before. Well, I bleached my own hair before and toned it. Haven't really dyed it a color besides gray. Hope you guys enjoyed. I might be doing more videos like this, so just let me know and subscribe.